So we're out here. Whereabouts are we?
We are at, where was, I don't know, I forget. No, I'm choking.
It's okay.
What is this hike? I just picked a spot on the map, to be completely honest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What attracted you to it?
It was just something that somebody said to go check out, and so they punched it in, said go here, and came out here. But yeah.
What made you wear what you wore today to come on the hike?
I felt like it was a generic enough outfit, neutral, and I can only bring so many things on a plane, so figured something that was, I don't know, lightweight.
So like NPC fashion? Do you understand the term NPC?
Non-playable character?
Yeah.
I suppose, yeah. I'm not sure what you mean though.
NPC fashion is like picking the most generic clothes you can.
Yeah, probably.
Not to stand out, essentially.
Yeah. Not when I'm out working out, yeah.
Do you work out often?
Fairly often, once a day.
What's your favorite method of working out?
Preferably weightlifting, but don't always do that. So that's more like 1 or 2 times a week, and then I go run most of the time.
What's your PR on bench press?
I haven't actually done a PR, to be completely honest. My reps, I rep about 100 or 155, something like that. I guess if I were to do a PR, I could probably get up to 190 maybe.
Kilograms?
Oh, pounds, I'm sorry.
Can you convert that?
That would be maybe, I guess, 80 kilograms.
How much do you weigh?
135, 140. So that's
Kilograms?
no. Oh, pounds. Kilograms would be 60 maybe, if I'm doing my conversion right.
Maybe. We'll have to figure that out in the edit, I think. I'm 93 kilograms.
Okay. Do you want me to look real quick?
No.
Okay.
Is your mum still alive?
Yeah.
What do you like about your mum?
She is determined. She's wicked smart. She basically is a role model for me for...
Isn't every mum?
She is, yeah. But she started her business. She started 2 or 3 businesses. She's, kind of made her career in construction, which is not necessarily common for women. And so she's kind of one of those people that breaks a lot of the molds, I think.
Mexicans are big on construction in the US, right?
Yeah, quite a lot, yeah.
She must know a lot of Mexicans then.
A bit, yeah. I mean, it depends. I think that there's, kind of a mixed bag of people that do it.
Can she speak Spanish?
No.
I thought everyone in California can speak Spanish.
A little bit, un poco. But
Must be a misconception then.
probably, yeah. There's a what was that?
¿Por qué?
¿Por qué? Like what? Or why? I guess that's why. ¿Por qué no?
Yeah. Your outfit matches the scenery. Was that intentional?
No, not at
Not
all.
really, no.
Not at all.
What do you not like about your mum?
Overbearing sometimes.
Mums usually are, aren't they?
A little bit.
How does she justify that? She
Not
cares a
really.
lot?
Huh?
She
cares
say
a
that
lot.
she cares a lot?
Yeah.
And your dad, how's the relationship between you and your dad?
Well, they're not together.
That's fair. Modern day.
Yeah.
Divorces are up.
But he's a bit more standoff. He kind of lets me do my own thing and checks in every now and then. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I talk to him a little bit less often.
Do you think males are kind of like that generally?
Possibly.
How
Yeah,
would you
I can
describe
see that.
yourself?
In relation to children or in relation to my family? I would probably relate more to my dad. I don't check in as much as, my sisters probably do.
Do you get those spurts where you're just trying to be different? Like not be like that?
Oh, absolutely.
Where you make a concerted effort to just,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
yeah. And then why does it fizzle out? later
Uh,
on?
I don't know if it does fizzle out as far as trying to stand out from my siblings. I mean, there's always there's always times, for example, I travel a lot, and so I'm always looking for the places that they haven't been or the things that they haven't done, and kind of, I don't know, live my own
One
life
up
in a
in them.
different way. Huh?
One up in them in a sense.
Not necessarily. I want different experiences. I don't want. I want to have to kind of chart my own path, if you will. So, I don't want to feel like I'm always following somebody's lead.
Are you ever trekking a path that's original to you, or have you taken in a lot throughout your life that you've kind of thought, yeah, I want that, I want that, I want that, and kind of like nitpicking things from other people that you want to kind of emulate yourself?
Maybe a bit.
Who would
I
you
think
say is an
everybody does,
inspiration
right?
for you in life, as you respect kind of the path they took in life and their like mindset on it?
Truthfully, my mom. And I go back to that. I think that's one that I highly respect, her drive. I think other than that, I have looked up to my sisters. I mean, I'm the youngest of the family.
Oh, what's that dynamic, being the youngest? Do you think that's where your need to be unique comes from?
Probably.
There's a certain
yeah.
entitlement, I think, that comes with being the youngest sometimes, to an extent.
Yeah,
Usually
probably.
the most coddled. That's
Yeah.
the general perception.
I think the dynamic with my family is my oldest sister, gotten the most trouble. The middle child was the most reserved, and then I'm kind of, I guess, in the middle a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I would consider myself coddled, but I also had it the easiest.
who does, right?
Right.
Who does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had
Like-
it the easiest.
Yeah.
So.
Like self-awareness is a thing very hard to master, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
For example, if you took a personality test about yourself and then someone else answered it on your behalf, do you think there'll be different answers? Do you believe that your ego will drive you to answer in a certain way, whereas other people aren't considering your ego when they think about you?
It's entirely possible. It'd be an interesting experiment to run. Yeah. I would imagine that at work it would be very similar. I mean, I think if I were to tie that back to work, I have a different opinion of myself than I'm sure other people have of me.
Back to the question about who inspires you in life. Anyone notable? Anyone that we might know that you could think of at the top of your head? It doesn't have to be every aspect of their life, just a certain part of it.
I haven't really thought about it much. I think that there's a lot of people at my work, the executives and things like that, that I highly respect. And I think that, I strive to be similar to that. There's people that are very adventurous. If I were to, name a name, I'd say, the guy who scaled Half Dome. I don't know if you know the name, or I can't actually remember But he scaled Half Dome, just no ropes, no nothing, just bare hands.
Wouldn't most people call that stupid?
Yeah, yeah.
I guess you got to be a bit stupid in this life, right?
I think so. I mean, you gotta do stupid things every now and then, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Do you ever suffer from analysis paralysis? Do you ever feel sometimes in life you're being
yeah.
too smart for something? And
I don't think I'm too smart for anything. I mean, I don't think I'm too smart for anything. I
No?
think that there's always things that you can learn,
wisdom.
wisdom. But at the same time, I mean, if you overthink everything, then you'll never do anything. For example, skydiving is one of the best experiences I've ever done, and I would do it again.
Would you
But-
say those type of things are kind of manufactured experiences
Oh, sure,
to an extent?
a bit, yeah. Sure as a rush, though. So it's still an experience.
Yeah. So you'd never do anything like base jumping or things like that, where it's a bit less manufactured as an experience. You know?
I think I would base jump, to be honest. I think base jumping scares me more, just because you can see the ground. It's a lot closer. With skydiving, you're just really looking out at the horizon.
As far as fashion, where would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh, 3.
Really? Isn't that fashionable to say that you're not fashionable?
I'm not trying to be fashionable. My wardrobe is very boring. It's the same. It's just black T-shirts and pants, some collared shirts. So I'm not trying to impress, really.
But
It's
not
more
trying,
function.
by not trying to impress, are you not trying to impress?
I think it's more function.
So you appreciate function over being fashionable?
Yeah, a bit. This shirt, for example, Lululemon, it has the silver in it that keeps it from stinking. You know, so it's like if you're taking it traveling like I am right now, I don't have to bring as many of them. I can rewear the same one and it won't completely destroy my bag.
Do you know anything about the guy that started Lululemon?
I don't know. I don't know
No?
anything about him.
Apparently he named it Lululemon because Asians struggle to pronunciate the word Lulu.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Staunch racist. But now it's just corporate. He's not involved in it anymore. I think
That's
you struggle to
interesting.
be that type of person and thrive in the corporate world.
Interesting.
Like Papa John's, he got removed from the Papa's No More.
Steve Jobs. Oh wait, no. Oh,
No.
Papa John's. They removed Papa from it.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Papa's No More. What's your thoughts on Steve Jobs?
Steve Jobs. I think he got a bad rap for being, kind of insensitive and strict. I think he was less so. I think he was very passionate and driven, and he didn't want to see things fail, and so he was very concerned with the growth of the company.
Do you think people are intimidated by extremely focused people
Absolutely.
in that setting?
Absolutely, yeah. Specifically, somebody that is your boss. You want to impress them, and you have somebody with that level of intensity, and people will absolutely be intimidated.
Do you think there's no aspect of him taking advantage of that power dynamic?
It could be.
Yeah.
To what end, though, right? I think he tried to grow his company, and that was his sole focus. And so, if he took advantage of people to do that, I think that, it's not right, but it makes sense.
Where you work, does things get done? Or is it the archetypal corporate environment where you have constant meetings that result in nothing? I'm just circling back on the
Things
usual
definitely
topic.
get done. Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think that's just the inefficiencies of running.
I think that there's a lot of meetings that are not worth having.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that there's always a objective to the meeting, and if we're not meeting those objectives, then I tend not to go to them anymore. So I pick and choose which ones I go to.
So you have a list of time wasters, essentially.
Yeah, in a mental list, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
What fulfills you?
accomplishments, accomplishing something.
On the hamster wheel?
Huh?
On the hamster wheel?
No, well, maybe. I mean, it's just building a new app or website or something like that. Like just little things. But yeah, I suppose you could say on the hamster wheel in a way.
So you could say you becoming more valuable in the capitalist society with all these skills that you're taking on, that you feel more accomplished.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because how does building a website do anything for you on a personal level?
It's fun, from my perspective. I grew up programming.
Yeah.
It was a passion of mine, and I always loved it. So,
What's the silliest thing you've programmed?
the silliest thing I programmed. Oh gosh.
It's a hard one, that one.
I made a website for a family member where we had a bunch of goofy pictures of him, and we just put it all up on a little website and said, "Hi, my name is Steve," as the domain name, and it was just, you cycle through it. It was kind of a random photo generator, and that's all. That's literally all it was just a bunch of photos of him. I took it down after a week, but
What made you take it down after a week?
it was more meant to be a gag. I don't think it was ever meant to be something that I, broadcasted.
Are you worried about being labelled a certain thing that you don't want to stick?
Am I worried about being labeled?
Like, if, let's say, that website took off and you became the guy that was known for having that website, was that something that you wouldn't want?
Perhaps. I don't think that a website like that would take off. Very niche website. There's no objective to it. And so
So why did you take it down then?
it costs money to have websites.
So when you shop, where do you like to go shopping? You said Lululemon's. Anywhere else that usually stands out, you think fits your...
For workout, it's more likely Viore. I don't know if you've heard the brand.
Never heard of them.
And then for t-shirts and pants Levi's, jeans. And then for t-shirts, it could vary from random t-shirts that I find, traveling, or maybe Bonobos, maybe Viore.
Never heard of them.
Yeah.
Are your trainers from Bonobos?
No, these
Or
are
sneakers,
Nobles.
would you
These
call
are
them?
Nobles. I fell victim to a Instagram ad. Yep.
They've gotten me too. A lot of regrettable purchases
Yeah.
from Instagram ads.
Oh yeah. These ones have been great though. I like this brand.
So would you call those, are they an e-commerce brand? You would go with
They are a clothing brand for sure.
that? Yeah.
So
Are they strictly e-commerce or they sell in other places?
I think it's strictly e-commerce. They might have one store like on the east coast of the U.S., but I'm not sure if it's anywhere else.
Why do you think they haven't deleted their website?
Well, that's their source of revenue.
Do you need more money?
Doesn't everybody? Well, that's a probably incorrect statement.
We're
I
not
mean-
here to find the truth. Doesn't matter. Say whatever you feel.
Yeah, I mean, I could use more. I mean, I don't know.
What would you buy if you had? If I gave you, let's say I gave you 2,000 euros, what would you do with that?
Travel.
But you're not already traveling.
This is work.
Oh. So you don't consider this traveling?
No, I consider it traveling, but it's not on my own expense.
Is it your first time here?
Oh, no. Maybe 6th or 7th, maybe.
Do you notice any differences?
Things, not really, actually. I mean, it's tough. It's tough to say. I think that, infrastructure has improved over the course of the times that I've been here. I think that making payments is easier. Things like the technology has gotten better. And I think the UK is very good at adopting new technologies. As far as politics, I mean, there's obviously the Brexit situation that I don't actually see it. I mean, I hear about it, but I heard about it.
Is it even anything tangible? Really?
Not really. It is for I would imagine it is for people who live in the UK, because moving between countries becomes a bit harder. But I don't know firsthand.
Do borders make sense to you?
Huh?
Do borders make sense to you? Isn't it all just made up?
No.
There's not actually a physical wall between any countries. Well, apart from the US, but beyond that.
As far as a country needing to know people that are visiting and be able to restrict people from entering their country, I mean, I guess to that degree you would probably think, does it make sense to have a government or a country at all? If so, then yeah, I think borders make sense, because you probably want to keep certain people out, and criminals or people that have wronged your country, you probably don't want to enter in your country.
With the US, would you argue that it's better to keep the US in? It's not about the people coming from the out and in. It's actually the people in the US. It's better to keep them in the US and not let them leave.
Let them leave?
Yeah.
Like,
there's a lot of serial killers in the US. There's a lot of
Yeah,
so
true.
I feel like if I was living in the US, the least of my worries is the people come from the outside. People from the outside would probably actually water down all the crazies.
Absolutely, yeah. The US is a crazy place. And it's very divisive and political.
Yeah. Nowhere's perfect though, right?
No.
Where feels like home to you?
California, it feels like home, obviously, because I'm from California.
But California's like the size of the UK. That's like me saying the whole of the UK feels like home.
True,
so you feel everywhere in California?
No.
So if you went to Oakland, you'd feel at home?
Yeah. I mean,
you would, yeah?
Yeah. I mean,
no hate towards Oakland. But.
Yeah. I mean, Oakland, that whole area, I guess, if I were to go to San Diego, probably not as much. Southern California, but most places in Northern California, I'd feel at home. I do love Southern California. It's a nice spot.
I don't get it though, because the whole of California has great weather, apart from the Bay Area.
Just San Francisco.
Yeah.
The city of San Francisco, which is the peninsula, is a bit foggy, which actually is great weather in and of itself. It's just different, so when the rest of the state is on literal fire or just extremely hot, San Francisco is always a very nice, cool temperature.
So back to your fashion choices. If you had 50,000 euros, what would you do with it?
Oh gosh.
You'd buy a car.
Possibly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which one?
Porsche. I don't know if I could get a Porsche for 50,000 euros, but maybe an older one.
Yeah. Which one would you go for?
I mean, if I could, I'd like to get a 911, but again, I don't know if you can get a 911 with 50,000 euros. I love the old school vibe of them.
It's an interesting name, 911. Why do you think they went with that 911?
No clue. No clue.
I think that's it for today.